I thought I was just being a good neighbor, until the entire building turned against me. It started like any other Tuesday. I woke up at 6:45 a.m., same as always, brewed my overpriced Ethiopian coffee, and stepped out onto the balcony of my third-floor apartment to watch the neighborhood wake up. I live in one of those mid-sized city complexes where everyone pretends they don't know each other, but secretly tracks whose Amazon packages get left in the rain. Unit 412. Quiet guy, software developer. The kind of person who waves but doesn't stop to chat. That morning, there was a bright blue cooler bag sitting right in front of my door. No label, no note. Just a soft-sided insulated bag with a little condensation on it. I figured it was for the guy across the hall. He's always getting meal kit deliveries. I picked it up to slide it over to his mat, and that's when I heard the crying. Not loud, not dramatic. Just this muffled, exhausted sob coming from the apartment directly above me. Mrs. Delgado's place. She's this tiny 68-year-old widow who bakes too many cookies and apologizes for existing. The kind of lady who slips handwritten thank you cards under your door for holding the elevator. Hearing her cry like that felt wrong. I knocked. No answer. The crying stopped immediately, like someone had hit pause. I waited, then knocked again. Nothing. I left the cooler bag in front of her door with a sticky note. Hey Mrs. D, this was at my place by mistake. Hope you're okay. Ben from 312. I went to work, forgot about it. That evening I came home to chaos. There were 3 police cars in the parking lot. Yellow tape across the stairwell. Mrs. Delgado was sitting on the curb in her pink bathrobe, looking smaller than ever, while 2 officers talked to her. My neighbor Marcus from 208, the gym bro who blasts EDM at 10 p.m., was filming everything on his phone like it was prime content. I tried to mind my business, really I did. But Mrs. Delgado saw me and her face lit up with pure relief. She stood up on shaky legs and pointed straight at me. That's him. That's the young man who saved me. Saved her? I had left a post-it note. The cops wanted to talk. Turns out the cooler bag wasn't a meal kit. Inside was about $18,000 in cash, neatly bundled, along with a handwritten note in Spanish that said something like, "One more week, please." And a burner phone with a single contact. Mrs. Delgado, bless her heart, had been getting these bags for months. She thought it was some church charity thing because the first one had a little card saying, "God bless you for helping the less fortunate." She'd been quietly taking the cash and donating most of it to the local women's shelter, while keeping just enough to cover her rising HOA fees and medication. She never told anyone, until I moved the bag and left the note. The actual owners, the ones using her apartment as a dead drop, had come by that afternoon, seen my sticky note with my unit number, and decided I was trying to muscle in on their operation. They left a very clear message spray-painted on her balcony. Mind your own fucking business. Mrs. Delgado, terrified, called the cops. And that's how I, Ben Park, mild-mannered dev who once wrote a strongly worded email about recycling, became the neighborhood's most infamous vigilante. By 8 p.m., the building group chat, which I wasn't even in, was exploding. Someone had screenshotted my post-it. People were calling me a hero. Others were calling me an idiot who was going to get us all killed. Marcus from 208 started a petition to give me a key to the gym as thanks. Someone else started a counter-petition saying I was endangering the community. I just wanted to eat leftover Thai food and play video games. The next morning was worse. I woke up to someone pounding on my door at 5:30 a.m. It was the building manager, Mr. Rivera, looking like he hadn't slept. Behind him stood 2 very serious men in plain clothes who were definitely not cops. Turns out the money drop was part of a larger operation involving a cross-border thing the FBI had been watching for 14 months. My sticky note had spooked the couriers so badly they'd abandoned the entire route. The feds were both pissed and grateful. They wanted me to keep acting normal while they set up surveillance. Mrs. Delgado baked me a cake at 6 a.m. It said, "Thank you for saving my life," in shaky icing letters. She cried again. I ate 3 slices standing in my kitchen while federal agents installed cameras I wasn't allowed to talk about. The story should have ended there, quiet resolution, maybe a local news mention. It did not, because Marcus decided this was his ticket to internet fame. He posted the whole saga anonymously on Reddit with the title, "Neighbor accidentally starts war with cartel, becomes building legend." It got 40K upvotes overnight. Someone found my LinkedIn. My face, taken from the company website, was everywhere. By Thursday, I couldn't leave my apartment without people cheering or glaring. The Karens in 107 started a rumor that I was actually undercover DEA, and that's why I was so quiet. The college kids in 405 kept trying to high-five me and ask if I needed backup. A local news van parked outside for 6 hours. The absolute breaking point came on Friday night. I was stress cooking pasta at 11 p.m. with my headphones on when the power went out. Not just my apartment, the whole building. Then the fire alarm started. Then someone was screaming my name from the hallway. I opened the door to pure pandemonium. Smoke, real smoke, was coming from the stairwell. People were pouring out in pajamas. Mrs. Delgado was clutching her cat and looking for me. Later we learned it was the couriers. They'd come back one last time to send a message and accidentally started a small electrical fire trying to disable the new cameras. The feds caught them. Everyone got out safely. But in that moment, standing in the parking lot at midnight while fire trucks lit up the entire block, the whole building looked at me like I was some kind of action movie protagonist. Marcus started slow clapping. Then more people joined. Soon 50 residents were clapping and cheering for the guy who left a post-it note. I just wanted to disappear. Mrs. Delgado shuffled over, took my hand in both of hers and said, "Benito, you are a good boy, even if you did ruin my quiet life." The fire department let us back in at 3 a.m. My pasta was stone cold and the pot had burned. I sat on my balcony as the sun came up, eating cold penne straight from the pot, while news helicopters circled once overhead. It's been 3 weeks now. The building has a new group chat called the Cooler Bag Society. Mrs. Delgado and I have coffee every Sunday. She still bakes too many cookies. The feds are gone. The Karens still eye me suspiciously, and sometimes when I come home there's a new cooler bag at my door. This time it has cookies and a thank you card. I haven't opened one since. ADR. I moved a mystery cooler bag 6 feet, accidentally shut down a money laundering route, got my building evacuated, became a minor local legend, and now I have a weekly coffee date with a 68-year-old woman who once accidentally helped criminals because she's too nice for this world. Be kind to your neighbors. You never know whose quiet little life you're about to explode.